Okay, I want to tell you first that I will cut the videos 1 minute because it the time like I think it's very heavy the videos, so I won't make it too heavy, so it will upload very more fast. Well, Blackberry. At first, it's I will give you my introduction like to the uh, book. It was pretty strange because it was is the story about a horse that I noticed that it could be in the real life that someone tell that story and make it like in a book because it's the story about the horse. And I don't know, I think it's like real because it seems like the book it will be like real. But let me cut it. It's 1 minute. But well, it was just a little introduction about that. Well, Black Widow. At first, it's like the slaves, like people in the 18,000 or 50,000 uh, black people were slaves, or like it feels like the horse of the book. It seems like he was a slave because I sold him, and I sold him, and then I was sold to another place, and I got to another my new home or something like that. Yes, it was like that. The Black Beatles. Well, at first, it starts like he changed of place, and then he learned very important things about how to survive or to maintain that to survive, to maintain good and to not get hurt. Like how do you behave to people, to the persons, to the humans. And then okay, I gonna cut it. Then like I say that I gonna cut it. Well, and then he changed of place, but that change it was just for a week because it was like a training. um he was preparing to his work, like to carry things, you know. Yeah, well, his work was about that. And then like he was training, like I don't know if he was she or he. Black Beauty seems like she, but I will call him she, like Black Beauty. Okay, well, Black Beauty changed, go for a week on like a training. You know, the training was pretty important to learn that how to behave and all the things. And then like a week, and then his like master tell him how to you need to stay alive to another people. Well, the new place seems good, pretty good. So well, he was training and then he moved place, and then the place seems like good at with freedom. He was like, oh, I could be free in this place. Well, you need to be on a car, like carrying the things, you know. That's hurts to the horses. And then he got damaged and a lot of things to the horse, but he liked it at first, but later the Black Beetle did not he thinks that if I um, behave bad, I will be free and sold to another person who maybe should be treated better. But that didn't happen. And then he was like, "Oh, you're disgusting. You don't deserve to me." And then I will sold you. You know, like that's all the story. That's oh, I wanna cut it. Well, and then he was Black really was behaving bad, you know, but he need to finish the trip, like the yeah, the trip, you know. And then if he wanted to finish the trip, he almost get die on a bridge. Like he was like walking, and then the human told like, why are you going that way? Like, why just stop? And then the horse was, What are you telling me? I could die in here. And then another person, hey, don't go to that way. You could die if I fall onto the river. And I was, oh, you saved my life. And was, yeah, I tell you, like, it was like that. And then, well, and then he was thankful to the whole Black Beetle, but at least he got better. And well, I later I think about that, like he got on fire. It was like a stubble or something like that. He got on fire because I don't remember why, but a bunch of horses were there, and I was like getting fire. All the things, but the farmers and the other things like turn off the fire, and so the horses stay alive, and they it didn't happen something to the horses. Also, Black Beauty was making good friends. Well, yeah, actually, yes, he was making friends. It could have old friends and also new friends because I was like changes of places. it's it's different, you know. Also, I remember that people say that the story was sad. At first I was like, why sad? Well, then I noticed that yeah, it's pretty sad. It's pretty sad because always like a week or 2 weeks or 4 weeks it was, I wanna sold you, uh and then you are disgusting. People need to see people, the like, I mean, to see the animals that they are good to the humans. And if you don't have animal, you could like, why are you doing, like, that's what I learned about this story. Like, the animals are good enough to people, like be better or better at responsibilities, like, you know. Because at least, well, I'm turning another thing that, but later we go to the to the book. Well, I got a dog, and at 6 p.m. I woke up, and then I changed of clothes, and to change I mean, to take Canelo, well, my dog, to go and poop outside of the house. Like, I was in the park, um, you know. Well, I caught in it because the time is 1 minute and 1 minute, because you know, the video is too heavy. Well, because, well, that's I learned that people need to notice that are too good, like the animals are too good. Yeah, that's all. I was on the fire. Well, wait, I was. Yeah, I remember. Well, later it started more problems and problems and problems and problems. I didn't like that part of the story, like problems and problems and problems and this thing and this thing. Well, I didn't like at least, like, it was pretty strange. Like, oh well, I'm gonna solve you. Oh well, I'm gonna solve you. Yeah, it's sad, but like, please don't make a story about it. Like, it's a real story. I think it was a real story, but like, at least make it about another thing. Like, I personally like more like Sherlock Holmes or suspense or action movies, like something like that. It's very like superheroes, or I don't know. The seventh grades, I like it more, you know. I was talking about what? Let me check. It was like problems and more problems, and then a girl like called Anne got died, and then the who was like, I don't know, the the boss of the horse of the Black Beauty didn't like, oh, you killed him, you killed him. Well, no, he's not. He All the people know that he wasn't the guilty, because the guilty, I mean, because it was he like, he was sick. I mean, yes, it was sick, the horse, and why he killed someone. but it was because he was like the girl drank a lot. I was like, oh, and I think it fell on a river and something like that. Well, as you notice, it's 1 minute, so I'm not gonna. And the next chapter will like, oh, well, that happened. You didn't deserve me now. Like I wanna sold you again, again, and again, again, and then he sold twice the price to well, let me check. Well, it was sold at twice. Well, it was the last one of the last chapters. Like he was like, oh well, I'm gonna sold. And then it wasn't sold half and the twice the price because well he didn't accept the offer. Like well, if you don't want it twice, I will. No, I don't know. Like I will keep it the money of twice. He could earn more money about the horse, but I don't know why he sold it twice the price because the actually the who was like bought him, it was oh I will give it the twice of price of him. And then the last he was working about like it was pretty easy job and not too harder because the boss who bought him, it was like oh you have not a knee or something like that. Well, you could help me another things. And then well it was like oh okay he was like oh okay, but how that happened to me, like what's happening to me. And then the man who bought him like oh I will give you a house, you stay you could make safe the girls or something like that. Like it's easy jobs point, like easy jobs. And then like he was his new house, he was the last chapter. And then he was like oh well what, like you know the meme, like there's a joke that the Napolitan or something like that. Let me search it and I will tell you. The Napoleon Bonaparte, that's what I was looking for. Napoleon Bonaparte, well, there's something else. I think I just finished telling the story. But at least Napoleon Bonaparte was very tiny person. I think he was French or something like that. Napoleon Bonaparte, he was like on an island. I like that story. I don't know about all, but there was like jokes or memes. It's thought that it was like Napoleon Bonaparte. He was first on an island and then he returned back to another place, and then they gave him back to the island again. And then well he said like and then a person said like oh sir, but what we can do now? And then Napoleon Bonaparte say there's nothing that we can do. And I think they die there. And that's what all that thing.